Hello and good morning everyone. Once again, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to top dress a plant. And it doesn't matter whether it's a rose or any other plant. As long as they're in a large pot or a small pot, they can become pot bound. And they completely depend on what we give in terms of nutrients. So we're going to have to provide for it as per the season and basically on a yearly basis. So this is my yearly top dressing, which's got to be done in the right time. So here in UK, it's towards the end of February, and this is the right time to do it. Although it won't start breaking down up until like sort of beginning halfway through March, but I would like to get my jobs done. So I've got the Queen of Sweden, the David Austin Rose here. And for the purpose of the procedure, I've got a large tray. I've got some fresh compost, some topsoil, and I'm also going to use today fish blood and bone, which is a fertilizer that you can use on roses. So what I'm going to do now is just loosen up all the soil, and I'm going to transfer that into my large tray here. And this should sort of give space, because where the roots are sort of mainly towards the mid area, that's where I really want the fresh compost and everything to be going. When it comes to fish blood and bone, it is an organic product, but you don't want it straight away touching the roots, because it can cause burning of the roots. Now, you sort of aiming to do it around halfway through, or just more than half. Don't worry if you disturb a little bit of roots, but that's going to be okay. This process took me about 4 minutes, and mind you, this is a very large 50 centimeter pot. Now all the soil's out. I'm going to add just around half of the compost. And the reason I don't really want to do the compost straight into the pot is because sometimes it holds a lot of water, and that in itself can cause the rotting of the root, especially in very hard rainy days. Now, when it comes to fish blood and bone, the suggestion is around 50 to 70 grams, or I would say a small handful of fish blood and bone. What I'll do is I'll pick it up, mix the whole compost and the fish blood and bone, everything mixed up directly into the soil. And once that's all done, it can all go straight back in and pushed around, just to make sure there's no loose portions in the pot. You would also need to remember to water straight away, just to avoid any air pockets, so the plant's roots won't be able to reach some nutrients if there are air pockets. Now, all I've done is shoved it all back in. The whole process took around 10 to 12 minutes, considering this is a very large pot, and you can imagine how quick that can be done in a small pot. Timing is also very important. Now in the UK, it's the budding season for most of the plants, and the roots will sort of start to develop and establish. And once they start to do that in this season, they'll find themselves to the provision of good nutrients. And the compost and the fish blood and bone that we used in here may take around 4 weeks to 5 weeks to start breaking down. And once sort of like reaching the flowering season, that's the right time for the plant to start drawing on some of those energy. The compost probably might act quicker than the slow release fish feed that we just gave. And please make sure that when you finished all the soil back in, because of the fish blood and bone, you just want another layer of topsoil on it, because you don't want any animals coming in and digging out in your garden. And make sure also the root union is always under the soil, so this will prevent swaying with the wind and unnecessary breakage and everything, and so on. So that's the end of the top dressing video. If you've got any questions or comments, please don't mind to post below. And more videos coming up, how to prep the garden. There are some already if you haven't watched it. But thank you very much for today, and see you